Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we will learn about the importance of Linux and why it is so relevant in today's world and why we need to learn it. Alright, all the aspects we will cover in this video. So stay tuned and watch the full video. So Linux, the invisible engine of the digital world. Alright, so you may not realize it, but right now in your life you are using Linux, whether it be in the format of websites that you are visiting, or whether it is the phone that is in your pocket, or the rockets in the space. They all use Linux. In one or the other format, they use Linux. Now, in today's world, Linux is one of the most important operating system, and there's a reason why you should care. Alright, that we will look upon in this video. So this meme was going quite a viral. So here you can see the headquarters of iOS is there, that is quite huge in size. Then Windows is there, again it is a very beautiful building, but down there you can see a guy that is into his room apartment, and he is just running one computer machine that is also in a standing position, right? So people find it quite funny that how this guy have created this whole empire of Linux from this room, small apartment. Alright, so this was going quite a viral, but yeah, let's go further. First of all, you should be asking is, what is Linux? So we all know that Linux in some or the other form, it is nothing but it is an operating system. Alright, operating system, you can think it as a computer's brain. Alright, it runs all the program, manages all the files, and then connects through hardware and software. Alright, it is the connecting part between the hardware and software. So Linux is one of the brain, just like Windows or Mac OS. Alright, but the main point here is that it is completely free and open for everyone to see and improve. Basically, that is, it is having a community that runs the whole Linux, alright, and it can run almost anywhere. That is the good thing about Linux. So first of all, it is open, free and open source operating system like Windows or Mac OS, but community driven. Alright, the community is important here. Powers everything from phones to supercomputer. So very important point here. Next, let's see the birth of Linux. This guy in 1991, when he was 21 years old, computer science student in Finland. So he just created, his name is Linus Torvalds. He just created a operating system that he can use. He called it as just a hobby, alright, and put it online. After that, people found it amazing to use it, and programmers from all over the world joined in, and then that hobby grew into the backbone of today's modern computing, right? So that's a very interesting story and inspiring story, that how one guy can change the whole world around this modern computing. Alright, so he not only created the Linux, but also he created a GitHub as its side project, right? So you should study about him. He is the whole subject that you can study upon. Alright, so very interesting one. Next, why Linux is special, why we should learn about Linux. You may have Windows, you may have Mac OS, right? Why should we care? So first of all, it is imagine it as a car engine that is free in nature, and that comes with a full repair manual, and then can be fitted into anything. Alright, whether it's a small place or large space, it can fit into anywhere, from a small bike to even a large spaceship. Alright, and more important thing, that it is no company owns it, right? And the world smartest people keeps improving it, and all of it is free in nature. So that is what Linux is. So first of all, it is free. Second is it is open source, anyone can improve. Third is it is flexible in nature, runs on almost anything. Alright, that is why Linux is very, very special. Next, so even if you have never installed Linux, trust me, you are using Linux. Whether it is in the form of Android phones, Android runs on the Linux kernel. Alright, if you don't know, then it runs in Google searches, Facebook, Netflix, even in ATMs and stock exchanges. And it is not only limited to this, it is also used in NASA's Mars rover. Alright, isn't it amazing? So 100% of the top 500 supercomputers use Linux in some way or the other, right? So that is why Linux is very, very important. Let's move to next slide and look at here the comparison when it comes between Linux, Windows and Mac OS. Imagine Windows and Mac OS are like ready-made apartments, that is, you can't make much changes. But Linux is like owning your own land, where you can decide what to build, what to decorate, and how to expand it. And you never pay rent. Right? That is what Linux is for you. So here you can see price. Linux is free, Windows is paid, Mac OS is paid. Open source, yes, Linux. Windows and Mac OS, no. Customization, full control you have in Linux. Windows and Mac OS, it is limited in nature. Viruses, it is very rare, and in Windows it is quite common, and Mac OS also rare. Alright, so runs on old PC, yes. Windows struggles, Mac OS no. Alright, that is the differentiation between Linux, Windows and Mac OS. Alright, now when it comes to security point of view, Linux is built with security in mind. Alright, its permission system, that is very unique in nature. It makes it hard for viruses to spread. Okay, that is why ethical hackers and cybersecurity prefers to use Linux. Okay, they use tools like Kali Linux, are even industry standards for ethical hacking. Alright, and it is so stable that some servers even run it for years without even rebooting it. Right, so few viruses, strong permissions is there, favored for cybersecurity, and runs for years without reboot. So again, a plus point here we get for Linux. Alright, next it is a types of Linux. So Linux comes in many flavors called distributions or distros. Alright, so all share the same core but are tailored for different needs. Okay, even beginners can use it, or even power users or security experts, or even servers. Alright, for the usage of servers, it's like choosing a car model that suits your driving style. Alright, everyone have different driving style, so according to that they can choose their own distros. So that's a very good point here. Example you can see here, beginner you may use Ubuntu Linux Mint. Alright, if you are an advanced person, then you can use Arc, Gentoo. Then for security purpose, Kali Linux, Parrot, and then servers, Debian, CentOS. So basically almost all flavors are there that you can choose from. Alright, so some myths and truths are there. So basically I would say old Linux was little tough, but modern Linux is quite beginner friendly, and you can even install apps in it. Okay, it's a myth that you can't install apps in Linux, but it is a myth. Now thousands of apps are available in Mac OS, and even not only for techies but also for schools, offices and home users can also use it. Alright, it is quite beginner friendly. Alright, next, from the economic point of view, or from ethical side point of view, saves millions in license fees. or I could say even government and companies save millions by using Linux, all right, instead of paid systems. So it is an ethical choice. Why it is an ethical choice? Because technology, it is owned by the people, not by any company. Okay, so basically no monopoly is there, all right, no corporate monopoly is there, and empowers poorer nations. All right, some government use Linux as their official operating system, that you can search it in the Google. All right, next, the biggest advantage of this is the community. Why? Because Linux is not made by one company. It is built by millions students, companies, and hobbyists. All right, so all over the world, people are contributing to make this community. This massive community means bugs are fixed fast and new features appear all the time. All right, so it is quite advanced in simple words. All right, so innovation at lightning speed. Next, how to try Linux. So either you can live reboot from USB. If you have downloaded it in USB, you can directly live boot it. Next option is dual boot. So even if you are using Windows or Mac OS, you can run the Linux using virtual machine. So for Windows, you may use VirtualBox. For Mac OS, you may use UTM. All right, there are other virtual machine are also there. Using that, you can do it, or also you can use it as your main or operating system. All right, so you can, if you are a beginner, you can start with Ubuntu or Mint. All right, those are quite beginner friendly. So next comes the future of Linux. You may be wondering whether it will be beneficial in the future. So I can say one thing, that Linux is the backbone of AI, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and many more other fields, or even space exploration. All right, so basically the future of tech will be built on Linux. Learning it is a future proof. Even it will dominate the space and robotics in the coming future. And IoT, self-driving cars, it is whatever you say it, everywhere Linux is present. All right, so Linux is not just a software, right? It is a freedom. It is a freedom of expression. It is a community and a power, right? So you are already relying on it in everyday, day-to-day basis, but now it's time to make it yours. All right, you are already using Linux, but now it's time to control it. All right, so I hope you have liked this video and subscribe this channel for more informations like this. I will meet you in the next video of Linux. Welcome back to the video, guys. In today's video, we will learn about how to install Linux, that is Kali Linux, a distro of Linux. All right. In today's video, I will show you the proper steps. Let me tell you specification of my laptop. My laptop is M2. Basically, it will work for all the MacBook, that is iOS. So just follow the steps. First of all, go to Google and type UTM. So UTM is a virtual machine which we will be using in order to run the Kali Linux. Directly you cannot run. Alright, so download it. It will take some time. Let it download. After that, you go to Kali Linux official website, then click on download get Kali, and then you can scroll down and then you download, click on Apple Silicon ARM64 and then you type on download here. So it is 3.5 GB. First make sure you have enough space in order to download this. So wait for some time. Once it is downloaded, install the UTM in your MacBook. I have already installed, so it is showing me this icon. So you need to install the UTM. Once you have installed, the interface will be something like this. You need to virtualize Linux, browse, you need to select Kali Linux, open, and then continue. First select the 4 GB, then CPU core up to 4, and then take this enable hardware OpenGL in order to make it little faster. Continue 32 GB 30, and then browse. You can go to download and name the machine Kali Linux. Here I have named, save it. So now once you click on play button, it will open something like this. So it will be showing you blank screen. Okay, it will not be coming it properly. So what you need to do is you cut it, you click on edit, press on plus symbol, serial, save it, and then you can run it again. And some more changes you can do. You can go to settings, display, select RAM FB, virtual RAM FB, and save it. Then click on play button. Now you will see the actual process started, install, and you can select the language, you can select your country, you can select your language again, and then let it happen. Next, name the host name, domain name. I'm naming it as all as Kali. Full name, username, and then you can choose your password. Re-enter your password. So choose the first one, guided use entire disk, then this virtual disk, all files in one partition, and then finish, and then here yes. Then continue. We are almost done. So make sure you cut it and run it again. So clear from the browse and then run it again. This time it will start. Open your Kali, click the password, and then here it is downloaded. You can go to terminal, you can type anything, echo hello world, and it will be printed. And then you can go to internet is connected automatically. Here you can see I'm browsing something and it is connected. So like this you can see it is coming again. Okay, so now if you want to change your website, go to setting, click on setting, and then here you can first you have to download the official wallpaper. How do you download Kali wallpaper? You just type it, open it, official download wallpapers are there, legacy wallpapers are there, whatever you want you can just click on it, copy it, and then run it. First you need to download it. Once it gets downloaded, after that, okay, done. Now you can select it, go to setting, desktop, and then all the wallpaper will come. You can select whatever choice you want. I'm selecting this, and that's it. That is how you download Kali Linux. If you have liked this video, make sure you do subscribe and follow me for all these tips and tricks regarding to Linux. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to channel Zenkaya. So today we are learning about Linux. In the previous video we have seen about the basic introduction of Linux,
the history of Linux and how important it is. Today we will be looking at little bit more in depth. Basically we'll be trying to understand the directories, all right, where and how the directories are arranged in Linux, all right. So let's see. The first slide is inside Linux, understanding the file systems and key in directories, where your files live and gets to touch them, all right. Who will manipulate the files and directories, that we will be understanding today. So first of all, what I am doing is I have installed Kali Linux using virtual machine, okay, that is UTM in my case because I'm using Mac OS. If you are using Windows, then you can use VirtualBox also. If you want the steps that I can show you, but you just tell me in the comment box, then I'll be letting you know the steps also, all right. If not, you'll get many videos on how to install Kali Linux in your system, all right. So this is my Kali Linux system. So I have opened a terminal. This is called a terminal, where you access everything or manipulate everything from the text base, okay, command line, all right. So let's get started. First of all, inside Linux directory, this is how it looks like. It starts all over from root, okay. Root is kind of parent folder. From that parent folder it comes lot of branches are there, and we can see boot, dev, user bin, sbin, home, etc. var. We'll see all those, okay. So first of all, what we can do is, this is how overall directories look like, okay. I hope you have understood. So if you ask me from the point of data structure, what data structure it looks like, it somewhat look like tree data structure, right? So tree data structure has been used in order to store this directory, basically from accessing one point to another point. If it is linear, then it would take much more time for us to access that particular folder. So in order to reduce the time, what data structure they are using basically a structure called tree, all right. So tree, what it does, it minimize the time to access from one folder to another folder. So first of all, the root of it all, starting point of everything, all files and directories branches from hash, that is unlike Windows nor C or D drives, all right. It is called as hash root. So let's check what is hash root here in Linux. So what I can do is I can just do ls. Ls is basic command to check what are the folders available in the present directory, all right. What I'll do is cdd -- so cdd again -- I'll go, basically I'm in home now, and now hash. Now let's look hash ls again, okay. So what I'll do is I'll do once clear and I'll check again ls. So basically I'm in the root. If I do again cd .. basically I'm trying to go back, I can't go back because this is the root folder, okay. Inside this you can see this particular thing called all this boot, dev, user, bin, all these are there, okay. Bin, again it won't be totally similar because it depends on the distros also, which distribution you are using of Linux. Basically Linux have multiple distros, right? So according to that this will differ, all right. So here we can see the diagram. Here we have seen all the folders, all right. Next, again root, as I showed you that this is hash root. Inside this all these are there present, okay. I hope you are understanding this. Next, let's first see one by one now what exactly it stores, and inside it what are the files available. Let's just overbrief it, okay. So first is etc, etc, the brain of the configuration. So basically here you can see etc, yeah, this is etc, okay. This is known as the brain of the configuration. Why? Because it stores systems wide configuration files. So it will store all the system configuration files. Next, editable by root and admin only, okay. The permission of who can edit is, it can only edit it by root and admin. Next, example, password, host, fast tab, all are present in this particular etc folder. Let's just check it out. What I'll do is cd etc. Okay, ls, what I'll do, so see, all these are files and folders that are present inside this. Okay, so folder are basically this blue color folders, and these are basically files. Okay, green color are files. So this is how you can see all the files and folders. For now you can skip it because we won't be understanding this in depth what are exactly each and every folder, what it does. But for now you can just understand it as system configuration files are there, password are there, host, fast tabs are there, stores, white configuration files. Okay, this is we can understand from this. Next present is var. This is known as the activity log. Okay, whatever things you are doing in your Linux, any step, any small to small things that you are doing in here, it is present in the form of log. Okay, stands for variable, stores log, mails, pulls, cache, database files, grows over time, must monitor size. Okay, you should always monitor size, otherwise it may exceed and it may take all your spaces. So again, let me do var not here, clear cd, go back, and then what I'll do, I'll go here and cd var, and then you can check here what are there. So basically logs, cd log, if you do, so all these are log available, different logs are there of your Linux. Okay, so I'm just showing you the example. Okay, so I'll just clear it out again. This is what var does. All right, next is temporary, tmp, the scratch pad. All right, stores temporary files cleared at reboot, used by apps and process for short-term storage. Okay, short-term storage. So let's just go to cd temp tmp, and you can see these are the temporary files that are stored in the Linux. You can just delete it also, you can just watch it also. All right, that is your choice. All right, next is home, your personal space. Okay, again, there are many folders, but not all are important for now. As of now, yes, we are just starting, we can't understand everything at the beginning. As we keep going on, as we keep learning about the Linux, then we will know what exactly each and every folder does. Now it is about, let's see about home. This is your personal space, stores each user personal files and settings. Home username structure, safe to modify your own folder. Okay, this is where you can modify your own folder. Let's see it again. Something called home is there, so you can just go to home, and then again you can check Kali. Basically my username is Kali here, so I have just I can again do Kali, and then these are my inside this Kali, all these are there. So all these folders I can modify, or I can manipulate, or I can change. Okay, this is where this is like kind of my playground where I play. All right, whatever things I need to do, I can store it, I can manipulate, I can delete it. That is my choice. Okay, so this is how home folder works. All right, next comes the permission model. The permission model is very, very important here. Why? Because each and every folder, or even the who can access the folder, or who can manipulate, or who can delete, those comes under permission model. Okay, and in Linux or in any operating system, the security is the most important concern about all, right? So if security is not good, then there is no point of that operating system. So the permission model, what is the permission model? It is read, write and execute. All right, read, write and execute. So this will be stored in what format? Owner, group and others. How? Observe it. So basically what I can do is command is ls and -l. So let's do I'll go to desktop. I'll clear it out. I am in right now desktop. Now see, I have three things: file text, folder and num text. Okay, so if I do ls, basically list, if I do, there are one folder and two files are there, right? So now if I want to check the permission of it, what I need to do is ls -l. Okay, and now you can check that file.text, it is coming in this format, right? Look at this, it is coming in this format. It is coming in this format. I'll teach you about this format, but look at this. This is how it is coming, right? Now let us try to understand what exactly is this. So basically, first comes owner. Owner means you yourself, the one who is using the Linux, particular that operating system, who is handling, whose computer it is. Okay, that is owner. Group basically means you can decide the groups. Different groups will be there. You can add the groups also, you can delete the groups also. Others means the public. Okay, public, whoever is watching the your computer even. All right, those comes under it. So basically three things will be there, that is read, write and execute. Okay, read means they can only read the files but they can't write and execute, and vice versa, all the other things also. If write means only they can write, they can't read and they can't execute, like that it works. Okay, so all the three things it is in this format. So basically observe here, the first owner, what it can do, it can do read, write and execute. Okay, read, write and execute, that is owner. Owner can read, write and execute. Next is group. What group can do? Group can only read, it can't write, but it can execute. Okay, last one is others. What others can do? Others can read it, but neither it can read it or nor it can execute it. Okay, this is how it denotes. So basically first comes owner. Owner is RWX, basically read, write and execute. It can do all the things. Group can do what? Only read and execute. Okay, groups. Others, what it can do? It can only read, write and execute. It has no permission. Okay, so now you can understand here. So you can check it here. -RW means it can write, it can read, it can write, but it can't execute. This for file.text. Similarly, read, write, execute, read, write, execute, whichever is there, or it can't. It is all mentioned in here. All right. So this is how you can read it. This is the permission model. It is very, very important in Linux. All right, now changing permission. If you want to change the permission of particular file, how you can do it? So basically changing permission is nothing but chmod, and changing ownership is nothing but chown. Okay, example. So here one example is given, chmod 755. Let's do it. So file.text, look at this file.text, it is rwr. Okay, just remember this rwr. What I can do is I can just change mode permission. How? Change mode 755. I'll tell you what this 755 is. File.text. So what is the permission now? Let me again check. ls -l. Now it has changed to this. So basically you can compare this two and you can see the change in both of it. How? Now it was rwr. Here it is rwx r-x r-x. So it has changed, right? What is this 755? I'll tell you. So this is how you can change the permission of it, and you can change the owner of it. Okay, but for now I'm just using, currently I'm the only user, so there's no point of changing the user. All right, so if you want to change chown and then the username and then the file name, that is how you can do. So basically observe here, this is how the number, what the number represents. So 0 to 7 is there. 0 means no permission at all are blank. So 1 is nothing but only execute it can do. 2 is nothing but w, read only. 3 is write plus execute. So basically different combinations these are. read, write and execute, it is different combination. 3 bits are there, means 8 different combinations can form, right? So all these 8 combinations are here in this format. So 7 if I'm giving means it can read, write and execute. Then I chose 5 means read and execute. Again 5, so read and execute. Basically 7 5 5 I chose, right? That's why read, write, execute, read, execute and read, execute. This is how the permission model works. Again, very very important in Linux. All right, so we are done with this. Next is why this matter. Prevents unauthorized access. As I said, security is the most important thing in operating system. We have to take care of it very carefully, right? Next is organize files for speed and clarity. Again, organized way. So I won't say it is as organized as Windows, but it is not for, again, normal user, right? Kali Linux is basically for ethical hacking. It is a distros, one of the distros. But there are many other distros which are more comfortable. You can check it out, all those other distros also. So helps troubleshoot issues faster always, right? So it will help you to solve some issues faster. All right, so last slide is nothing but layout overview. This is the overview. Slash we saw root directory. Next is bin, essential commands, etc. System configuration, home, personal use, optional. OPT means optional software packages will be kept here. Temporary files will be kept in TMP. Variable data like logs, cache and mail will be kept in var. User, programs, libraries, documentation will be kept in USR. Okay, user folder. So this is how it looks like. Okay, the Linux directory system. Overall, I have just given you the glimpse of how Linux directory looks like. Okay, so with this we are done with this video. I hope you guys are liking it, and don't forget to subscribe the channel, as because it really motivates me to keep making the videos, right? Hey guys, welcome back to this channel, Zenkaya, and today's video is very very important. Why? I'm sure you have seen the title, that is 50 commands that you should be knowing if you are starting with Linux, right? So I'm sure this video will help you lifelong. If you practice it, if you use it regularly, then these are very common and useful commands that you are going to use in your day-to-day life. All right, so with that, let's start the video and let's get into hands-on. All right, so first of all, I'll take out the terminal, and this is how it looks like. I'll just little bit zoom it. So all right, so if you have seen my videos earlier, then you might have noticed the voice. I'm having little cough. Okay, so it should not be a problem. So yeah, kindly ignore it if my voice is little bit changed from the previous videos. All right, just letting you know. Okay, so all right, let's start the video. So first of all, let's break down. I'm not again going into too much complicated terminals or too much complicated commands. I'm just going it into step-by-step simple commands that everyone should be knowing. Okay, or at least the beginner. If you are new to Linux, then you should be knowing. All right, so let's first start from the very basic building blocks, that is navigation and file management. Okay, or let's first go with the navigation. Navigation means how do you navigate from one folder to another folder. In the previous video, you must have seen that I was going through from one folder to another folder, root folder, etc. folder. How that we can go from one folder to another folder, because in this Linux it is not like too much it does not have too much interfaces, GUIs like Windows or Mac OS. It is little simpler, and almost if you are into ethical hacking, you should be knowing how to deal everything from the terminal. Like I'm sure you must have seen in the hacking movies, they do tuck, they will press each and every commands and they'll hack each and everything. Yeah, it looks cool, right? Yeah, it does. So let's look little bit on it how to start. Okay, let's not just go in that advanced thing. Let's now just start how to navigate files. So first of all, the command that I would say is, first of start with pwd. Pwd means present working directory. What is my present working directory? So from the root it came to home, and then inside it I am into Kali. Okay, this is my present root directory, present working directory. Okay, present working directory. So the what is the command? Command is pwd. All right, so if I want to see what are the files are there inside this particular current folder, then I can just write list ls. Okay, these are the files available there. So ls is again another commands. Okay, I'll not be counting the commands, you just keep on writing it. Okay, I highly recommend you to write it as a note. Okay, because most probably by tomorrow you'll forget all the commands if you don't write it down. So I highly recommend you to note it down. Okay, so second is ls. What ls does, it lists out all the folders and files inside that current working directory. All right, next one is, it is a extension of this ls. So ls, if you want to see all the permission and owner, what you can do is ls -l, long listing format. Okay, long listing format, this is known as, I'm sure you have seen the previous video of mine. If you have not seen, go watch that previous video. I told about the permission model, right? Who can read, write, execute, all these are permission model. This folder was created in this date, in this time. So all the every minute detail is given in this particular long listing format. Okay, ls -l. So as I keep going on, I will just keep deleting. All right, so that it keeps in the above section. I want it to be above, not in lower section. All right, so what I'll just do is I'll just okay, let me just go on with it. Next one is ls -a. Okay, again an extension of ls. Basically it does what? It does all hidden files, list all hidden files. So if you just do ls, you can see this many folders, right? This many files and folders, but many files and folders are hidden. So even you can see dot and dot is there. Okay, I'll tell you what are those. But all these are, see, many are hidden. So how you can see those? ls -a. All right, so this you have learned till now. First one is pwd, ls, ls -l, ls -a. Okay, I'll just clear it out now. Next is cd. cd is change directory. Okay, so let's say what are the files or folders that are there? That is desktop is there, right? So what I'll do is I'll get inside desktop, inside the desktop directory. How do I do? de. If you don't want to write fully, you can just press tab also, that will come. So if you just press enter, then it will go to the desktop directory. Now what is the current directory? Current directory is home Kali desktop. Earlier it was just home Kali. All right, this is how you go inside the further directory. Now if I want to come back to the previous, how do I do? cd ... This is what ... means. Okay, so it came back. Now what is the current directory? Current directory is home Kali. If you want to go back again in the desktop, then what you do? C desktop. Okay, so changing directory. This is how changing directory works. Now I'm just clearing it out. Okay, now this is all about directory. Now let me teach you little bit about files. Okay, file management. Basically our whole laptop is filled up of files, right? Different format of files and all. So we have to learn little bit more about files. In ethical hacking, it plays a very important roles of files. You need to create a file, you need to manage a file, you need to manipulate a file. Those how you need to do that, you need to take care of. So now let's come back to file and management. Okay, but before going to files, let me just teach you few more commands, that is how to create a directory. Okay, let's say I want to create one folder. So currently one folder is there, two files are there, file.txt and num.txt. okay, so one folder is there. Let's say I want to create one more folder. How can I create a folder? Make directory and folder 2, let's say folder 2. So now ls folder and folder 2. So how do I create a folder? Make directory folder 2, folder name basically. Make directory is the command, folder 2 is the command folder name. Okay, this is how you create a folder. I hope you are understood. Now if I have to remove this directory, how do I do? rm directory and directory name. What is the directory name? Folder 2. Remove. So now you check, it is removed. As simple as this. If you want to create, make folder mkdir. If you want to delete, rmdir and then folder name. I hope you are getting it till here. I'll just clear it now. You can just practice along with me also if you want. Okay, just play some music and have a laptop with you and do coding along with me. So this we have learned about directory till now. Okay, now let's come back to files, as I was talking about files. So if I have to create file, so what I'll do is right now, see again files, few files are there, file.txt and num.txt. What I'll do is I'll just remove the file. I'll come to this, don't worry, num.txt. now I'll check here, observe, what are the files there? No files are there, right? So if I have to create one file, let's say if I have to create one file, file.txt, touch file.txt. now file has been created. Touch, this is a command in order to create a file. Touch file.txt, as simple as that. Alright, now if you want to view that file, what is there inside that file, then what you do? Cat file.txt. I know these commands are a little weird, but what to do? So nothing is there means nothing. Cat for creating, touch file.txt, for viewing, cat file.txt. Okay, simple. Now if I have to teach you, okay, now what I'll do is let's say now I want to remove it. Okay, without writing it, I want to first remove it. How do I remove? Rm and file.txt. this is how you remove. Now file has been removed. Okay, let me clear it. So how do you create? Touch file.txt. okay, I hope you have understood. So file, we have learned how to create a file. Now imagine you want to skip all this touch, cat, and you want to directly create a file and you should be able to write inside that, right? So one shortcut is there, that is nano file2.txt, let's say. So directly you will be opening an editor where you can directly write it. So this is a shortcut. So basically let's say hello world, I am writing it, Control O, Control exit. Okay, now see file2.txt is there. How I did? Nano file2.txt, and I wrote Control O, I have saved and I have deleted, I have exited, that is control.txt. Now this file has been created, right? Now let me check. How do I check? Cat file2.txt or nano, using nano also you can check. So what is the file written? That is hello world that I have written. Okay, or directly you can write file2.txt hello world. Okay, this is how it works. Nano is a shortcut. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. I'm not again counting commands, you can just count it. I'm sure it is more than 50. Alright, so next, if you want to directly do it from the terminal how you can do. So now see, first of all, there is a command called echo hi. Let's say it is just for no, it is not correct. Let me again do it. I missed echo hi. Okay, so what is printed? Basically, in order to print something in the terminal, you can just write echo. Okay, echo is a simple syntax using that your message. Okay, but let's say I want to write hi inside this file.txt folder. So what I do, I will write hi inside this file.txt folder. Okay, now it is written. How I can say that? Get file.txt hi is written. So echo is how you can write. Okay, now see, there's a drawback. What is a drawback? If I write hello world again inside this file.txt and I do cat file.txt hello world. Now where is hi? Hi has been removed, if you see. Yes, hi has been removed. So if you want to rewrite, how to rewrite or overwrite, I would say. If you want to overwrite, because it is overwriting again and again, right? But if you have to keep all the previous data also, then what you need to write is, you need to write echo hi and then just this greater than symbol 2 times file.txt. And if you do cat file.txt, now this time it will come as, it will not overwrite anymore, it will take all the previous values also. Alright, I hope you have understood till here. This is the first part completed, that is navigation and file management. So you just rewatch the video if you haven't followed me, or if you have missed something, don't hesitate to rewatch it again and again, and don't forget to write it down somewhere so that you can practice it again. So till here we have seen how to navigate files, folders, or how to create files and write something on it, right? So we will see different operations now on files or folder. Okay, so file operation, we'll see different file operations. What are the different operations? Basically copy, move, remove. Remove we have already seen, but again, once again we'll see. So first of all, let's make a folder. So folder is already there, right? So what I'll do is I'll delete everything again, file.txt, or inside file.txt, what is there? Cat file.txt hi and hello world is there, right? Alright, so let's keep it. So what I want to do is I want to copy the same file.txt inside this folder again. Okay, inside this desktop folder I want to create another copy of it. How do I copy it? So this is folder created, file we have created already. So how do I copy it? You do cp file.txt. What you are going to copy? You are going to copy file.txt, right? And you have to rename it. Rename another name, you can give it as, let's say, hi.txt. Okay, so basically you are copying the file.txt file and you are making another file in the name of hi.txt. Alright, now see, hi.txt came. So inside hi.txt, what are you expecting? It is same. What is the same data? It is hi, hello, world, and hi. So this is a copy of that. How do you copy? Cp file, which file you want to copy, and what is the new name of that file. Okay, if you want to paste it somewhere else, you can mention the directory also. It is done in the same directory, so I have not given the directory name. If you want it in some other folder also, you can copy it into some other folder. Okay, now let me just clear it. I hope you are getting till here. So you can see it now, one copy is made. What I'll do is I'll just remove the copy hi.txt. Okay, so you can see now file, file2 and folder. Alright, I hope you are clear with this. Now let's see, copy is done, move. I have to move this file into this folder. Okay, if I check this folder, what is there? File.txt is already there. Okay, let me just delete this file.txt inside the folder. Now let me check, nothing is there. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the desktop and I have to move this file to inside this folder. How do I move that? So basically I have to write move, again the file name file.txt and which folder. Folder is this folder, right? Folder name. From this directory you have to mention the folder name and then slash. Don't forget to put slash. Okay, so let's do it. And you can see now file has been removed from here because you have moved this file from here to inside the folder. Now let's go and check inside the folder and you will find the file.txt. Is it the same file.txt? Let us verify. File.txt. Yes, this is the same file.txt. Okay, I hope you have understood. Move mv copy cp. Alright, so I'll just clear it. I'll go back. What are the folder now? File2 and folder. Done with this. So now what I'll do is let's say I want to remove this file2 also. File2.txt. Folder is there now, right? Only folder is there. Now I will create one new file. What is the new file? Let's say touch num.txt. Num.txt is new file in text format and I have created that file num.txt. Okay, nothing is there right now. So now I need to create some numbers. I will just type sequence from 1 to 20 inside the num.txt. So what it will do, it will create 1 to 20 numbers from 1 to 20, 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence wise. It will keep it in the num.txt. Now it has created. Observe, cat num.txt. It will create from 1 to 20. You can create as many as you can. I am showing you just an example to, I'll show you some concept from this. Okay, so this is how you create sequence 1 to 20. We know how to write it inside the text. This is how you can write it inside the text. Okay, now I'll just clear it. So imagine there's a file, you are an ethical hacker, you need to read the first 10 lines, right? So first 10 line, how you will read. So first what you will do, you will just write head and then you will just type head.txt, head num.txt, head file name basically. This will show you the first 10 lines of that particular file. Okay, now if you don't want 10 lines, but if you want, let's say 5 lines, what you do, -5 and then again press. So this is how you create 5 lines. If you want, you can change this number. Okay, if you want 9 lines, then you can also create 9 lines. So this is the command of first 9 lines. Done. So similarly, tail also, tail num.txt. file name is wrong. So from last it will count 10 numbers and then it will print. But again, if you want some numbers, 5 numbers, then you can just write down like this. As simple as that, head and tail, that's it. Numbers also you can give. Alright, I hope you have understood this. Now I'll show you one example. Okay, so basically in the nums, what are there, how many numbers are there? Num.text, basically 20 numbers are there, right? So imagine in most of the time you have to read the file and you have to update. Log will be always updated, right? So current status, what is the last line of the particular log? Log means your activity, any computer system's activity, right? So in order to watch live logs live, how you can do, you can just tail minus f and the file name num.text, let's say. So this command, what it will do, it will watch log live. Okay, so observe now, it is not ending. Why it is not ending? Because it is watching the live. How it is watching the live, I'll show you. So imagine some other system is doing something. So what I'll do is I'll just create another terminal and I'll go inside the desktop file. So I'll just go inside the desktop and I'll update the file. Okay, imagine that is a log. That is not log, but imagine that is a log. So what I'll do is echo, I'll just print 21 line in that num.text. Okay, so that is being saved. Now I'll come back to mine and check here, 21 has been updated. So this is how you can see someone's live logs also. Okay, what is the command? Tail minus f num.text. So this is a very interesting command, that is tail minus f the file name. Alright, so this is all about operations of file operations. If you want to close it, Control C and clear. I'll just cut another terminal. I hope you have understood the second portion of it. Now comes the third portion, basically searching and finding something. Alright, so let's say I want to search something. Okay, hi, hello world I have written, right, in the inside this folder, right? So let's say I want to search it. There are so many folders, there are so many files. If you are getting lost on those directories, how to find it? So let's say I want to find a file name called, what was the file name? That file name is file.txt, right? File.txt is the file name. So find minus name, what file name is it? It is file.txt. You can find this file.txt where? So from the current directory, it is inside the folder and file.txt you will find. So you have to go inside this folder and then you will find the file.txt. So what is the command? Command is find name, with name you are finding. What is the name? File.txt. Okay, this is how it searches the file. Okay, now if you want to search something very quick, let's say one word you want to search. Okay, how do you search it? So let's say locate, I want to search passwords, all this password, this particular term I want to search in the whole system. Okay, so what I did locate and then password. Now see, wherever the password is there, wherever in the whole system, it will show me. In the etc passwords are there, in the user passwords are there, in the where passwords are there. Basically in the ethical hacking Passwords are very important, right? So directly you can find all the passwords directly using locate command. I hope you are getting it. Okay, so I'll just clear it out. Now what I'll do is, you want to search some letters inside the file, okay, some text inside the file. How do you search some text inside the file? Let's say I want to search, I'll write grep hi from file.txt. So from file.txt I want to search hi. So okay, so I have to be in that directory. So what I'll do is, I'll just go inside that folder. Okay, now file is there, right? So what I'll do is grep hi from that file.txt. So how many hi's are there? Only one hi are there. So I'll write for hello world also. How many hello world are there? Only one hello world is there. This is how you can grab some particular terms from that big files, okay? So these are useful when you want to search one username from a big different files, okay? Huge large files will be given from the database. If you want to search one particular name, what you will do? Grep. But again, you have to be in that particular directory, okay? Remember that. So another command is there, that is grep -r, and let's say I want to find this particular term called error from across the multiple files, okay? Not only this file, across the multiple files in the system, I want to find all the error word. So grep -r and error. So observe this. Okay, so basically let's say hi so what it is coming, it is showing that in file.txt hi is there, it is showing me. All right, let me just write grep -r password. So in here password is not there. All right, so I'll just go back in some directories, let's say root directories at least. Okay, so in this, all this, let's check for, let me go more behind so I can be in root directory. So from here I can just write, let's say grep -r and then error. So you can see this. Okay, let me just stop it or else my laptop might hang. Okay, so it depends on which folder you are. If you want to search in the whole system, you just go back in the directory in the root folder and from there you can search. Okay, this is how it works, very efficient. Let's say grep -r and then password I want to search. So you can see all the password that are there. Again, operation not permitted, there will be lot of cases. So very important, grep -r and then some text, very important. Okay, now let's check for few more commands. Let's say where command, where ls. So it shows you the command path. This is ls is a command, right? So it will show you the path. That command is coming from which path? So it is coming from user bin ls, and aliased, it is just aliased to some other name. Okay, now another one is there, that is where is ls. It will show you the binary and the manual page also. So basically it is the searching technique where ls, where that command, particular command is coming from, what is the manual page of that, where is the manual page. Manual page means all the settings of that particular command and all. Okay, you will get it here. So I hope you have got this section also. That is, this section is nothing but searching and finding. This is how you search and find. So the next part is permissions and ownership. Okay, so first of all, I already showed you that folder is there, num is there. If I have to check all the permissions, how do I do? ls -l. Okay, so it will give you all the permissions and who are having, who is the owner, who is the permission. It will show you everything. Okay, so if you want to change, let's say, folder permission to something else, I showed you chmod 755 folder, and now you can check. This is changed, somewhat changed. Okay, and I showed you what are this number meaning also in the previous video if you have missed. Okay, you can change the owner also, but I am the only owner of this particular Linux, so you can create users also, but for now I'm not changing the owner. Alright, these are some commands that you can see. Next command, I'll just clear it out. Next command that you can see is who am I. Who am I, just you can write and you can see my name is, username is Kali, so basically it is showing Kali, who am I. Alright, you can also write ID and it will show you all the details of UID, user ID, GID, all the different, how many videos are there, how many users, this Bluetooth, LPAD, main, Wireshark, all these different details will be given by ID. Alright, so this is all about permission and ownership. Next comes to system information. So if you want to get some system information, then what you want to do? So first is uname -a. Okay, system info. So this is my system info, Linux, which version it is, which what are the specification and all will be written here. Uname -a. Okay, system info. Then I can also type host name. My host name is Kali. Okay, this is all about system information. I can also type uptime and check how much time, how long system has been running. Okay, uptime. Next, I can check date also. I can just write date and then it will show me the current date. If not date, if you can check calendar also, you can just write cal. If it is already installed in your system, you can just type cal. If it is not installed, first install it and write cal or type cal in your terminal, it will work. Alright, so I'm again clearing it up. Now next is disk usage. So I can write just df -h, how much disk usage is done already. You can just directly see it, df -h. Next is directory file size. How much size is directory size? This much, 16K is my directory size, this particular desktop. Okay, if I go back and then du -h, I do the same, then the directory size is this. I hope you are understanding it. So it tells all about the information. Next, if you want to see the memory usage, you can just write free -h. This is the memory usage of desktop directory. of this particular system. In memory usage, it comes for the particular system. So this is the free -h. All right. Next, if you know little bit about operating system, then the process is a very important concept in operating system. So if you want to see process, these are the process that I am running right now in the Kali Linux. Okay, PS process. If you want to see the dynamic process monitoring, you can just write top and it will give you the dynamic process that are running. It is just will give you a little bit of GUI and it will show you all the process that are running. So in order to cut, Control-C and clear. Htop also you can just do, but it have to be installed. I'm not installing right now. For better view, you can just write htop. That is also useful. Okay, kill is used to kill the process, but before killing the process, let me make one process. That is, let's say sleep is one process that I'm creating. It's a random process I am creating. So now if I write process, so see, this process has been added, right? This process has been added, 52422, and then sleep process. This is just one small process I have created. Now I want to kill this. So what I'll do, kill ID. What is the ID? 52422. And now again PS. Now this sleep process is gone. This is how I have created a sleep process, and how I kill ID, process ID. Okay, this is how you do. So if you create multiple process, let's say 500 and so again I'll create sleep 600, and so if I click on PS, these are different sleep PS. Okay, now I want to kill all sleep PS, so I'll just do sleep kill all, and now if I check, all has been created. So I can directly kill all similar process also. So here sleep was the process that I have created. Now I have deleted all the kill all sleep. Okay, very interesting. Next, this is regarding networking. Okay, networking concept that I have already taught you in order to check the connectivity on all. First comes ping. So I'll just ping google.com. So it will send me some packets. That means it is active. Okay, so ping google.com. It is a networking concept. Next, let's say I want to fetch some data from that. I will use curl google.com. Okay, so this data I'm getting. This I can't run it here as because it is not a browser, but I'm getting the data from the google.com curl. Okay, if you want to download the whole thing in here, what you want to download, google.com. So this data I'll be downloading, google.com. So everything I have downloaded here and I have saved it here, index.html. So I can just find it, find minus name index.html. So it is already here present, downloaded, index.html. I have downloaded using wget google.com. Let me just open it. How do you open it? Get index.html. So this is the download file. This we can't read it, okay, as it is the you have to convert it, and then again you have to, it is not readable file. Okay, so this we have downloaded. What is the command? Wget. So ping curl wget we have seen. So if you want to see your configurations network interface, then ifconfig, you can use config. This is my detail, you can see your own detail. ifconfig. For Windows it is ipconfig, for Linux it is ifconfig. Alright, I hope you have understood till here. I'll give you some bonus one. So first of all is man is nothing but all the manual. It will be showing all the different commands and all are written here. You can just read it if you have time. Okay, so basically manual page is this man, you can write it and you can see it here. So I'm just quitting it for now. Man. Alright, second is you can just type on history and you can see all the commands that you have typed in here. History. So history you can type and you can check it here. Alright, history. I'll just clear it out. So clear is one of the the command that I am using again and again to basically clear the history, clear the terminal history. Alright, next echo we have already seen. Then alias is basically one name that you are giving. Okay, let's say alias ll, new name. What I'm doing is ls -a, basically hidden files. Alright, I want to create a shortcut for this. So what I will do now, if I keep ll, it will show me all this folders, ls -a. Okay, or if I keep it s-lh, now I keep ll and it will give me all this. Okay, basically naming something, kind of nickname. Alright, now I will unalias this ll, and if I give ll, now it won't work because this has no meaning. I have given a nickname to this, right? That's why it was running. Now it has no name. I have unalias it. Okay, this is how it works. So this is it. Some important what is left. You can also check who. I think it does not works here. W also you can check. Logged in user. So all the different users that are logged in here in this Kali Linux, you can see using W. If you want to add user, you just type it and you can add a new user. Add user and then username. I don't want to add any user right now, so I'm not adding. Add user also comes into place. Okay, so with this we have completed, I'm sure it is around 50 commands are there that are important commands in order to start with Linux. I'm sure this will help in most of the work. Again, I'm not saying these are the most complex commands. No, these are the most easiest and simple commands that everybody needs, not only for hacker. Alright, so hope you have enjoyed it, and please do like, subscribe and share it to others so that I will get the motivation, and that's it. Thank you. We'll meet in the next video.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we will look at bash scripting. So let's start. First of all, in short, if I have to tell you what is bash scripting, imagine you are a hacker and you are running hundreds of recon scanning commands manually. Boring, slow, error prone, right? So what you will do in that situation? Won't you automate it? It is just one script. You don't need to write 100 manual lines. Rather than that, you can just exchange it with one line. That's the power of bash scripting. Alright, so let's see that in this particular command. You can see for IP, in this particular IP 1 to 5 do ping. Basically I'm pinging each and every IP address one by one, and then I'm checking. Alright, so I'll just ping. So here you can see 1 to 5 I have already pinged. Okay, this is what bash scripting in short and in simple word, it is simply a code where we write the whole code and run it so that it runs automatically. You don't have to write one by one line manually. Okay, so now let's start with the deeper concept. Okay, so first of all, what is bash scripting? What do you understand by bash scripting? So definition, if I have to talk about bash means born again shell. Okay, born again shell. By default, command line shell, it is in Linux. In command line, you have to code it and then you have to run it in command line, basically in Linux. That is known as bash scripting. Okay, a script. What do you mean by a script now? A text file with command written in sequence, basically line by line, sequentially, whatever the code is written, it is known as a script. Okay, analogy, how can you remember it? Think of a bash scripts like a recipe. Okay, think of like a recipe. Instead of cooking one step at a time, you write all it down, all the steps, and the system executes everything for you one by one. Okay, that is what scripting, bash scripting in short it is. Okay, so let's start. Let's look at the basic concept and how you can start with bash scripting. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll do nano first.sh. Basically I'm opening one file, okay, name as first.sh. so this is a nano file. So how do you start scripting? So basically you have to write the first line as hash exclamatory bin and then bash. This is how you write or you start writing the script. Okay, I'll explain you one by one. So, and here I am echoing just one line, that is hello hacker. Okay, I am just writing one line, hello hacker. So I have written this line. Let's understand this line, two lines. First of all, hash exclamatory bin bash. What does it mean? It is shebang. It is called shebang. It tells Linux to run this with bash. This is called shebang. It tells the Linux to run it with bash. Next, echo. Echo is basically print command. Here we are trying to print hello hacker. So I'll write it out, Control O, Control X. Okay, so I have saved it. Now let me run it. How do I run it? So let me just type. Look at here. I am trying to run first.sh, but permission is denied. Okay, as permission plays a very important role here. So what I need to do, I first need to change the permission. How do I change the permission? chmod +X first.sh. So now I have changed the permission. Now let me run it. Hello hacker. So this is a small example I have given you how to run a bash script. So congratulations, you have run your first bash script. Okay, now let's see little bit more of concepts. So first of all, in every programming language there is a variable concept, right? Variable means a container where you will store the data. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll open the same file and I'll try to write the commands. So hello hacker, one name variable I have taken. Name variable I am keeping what? Bijan. Okay, next what I'll do, this is stored in the variable echo welcome variable. How do you define variable? $name. Okay, this is done. Let me control save it and exit. Now let me run it. Hello hacker, welcome Bijan. So what you have done, you have taken a variable. Next what I'll do, I'll take a input from the user. How do you take a input from the user? Echo enter your target IP, let's say. Okay, and now how do I read? I'll basically write read IP. Okay, and then next line what I'll do, echo you entered. How do you define variable? $IP. Okay, now let me run it. I'll clear it. So I'm running it. Enter your target IP. Let me just give a random IP just to check whether it is running. So you have entered. So basically you have taken the input. So think of it as kind of a programming language where you are setting a variable, where you are taking a input. Okay. Next, we are done with variables. Next is condition and loop. So observe here. First of all, what I'll do is I'll open nano test.sh. So I'm opening this test.sh. Now look at here. What I have done is I have taken one IP, that is 127.0.0.1. I am checking here one condition. Simple condition is if IP is that IP, then echo that's a local host, else that's a remote host. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just take it from the user. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just take here read IP. Read IP, and I will echo here enter your IP. Okay, so this is how I'm taking IP and I'm checking if condition. Alright, save and then cancel. Now I'm running that bash test.sh. Now enter your IP 127.0.0.1. So what should be the answer? That's a local host. Okay, I'm running it again. This time I'm putting random values. This time it's a remote target. Okay, look at the code. This is how code is. If third bracket or square bracket inside that you are checking with that variable if it is equal to that string. If it is equal to that string, then it is print something, else print something. Okay, this is how we do if else condition. Next is loops. Okay, so for loops, what do we do? Check it the condition. What I'll do is I'll just run one loop for I in curly braces from here 1 to 5. 1.5 and then curly braces. Inside what I'll do is I'll do echo attempt $I and then done. Okay, this is my loop. Let's run this loop. So I am saving it. So I'll clear it out. I'll run it. Now one IP address local attempt1, attempt2, attempt3, attempt4, attempt5. Okay, this is how you run a loop. Now again, once again check the code. For I in curly braces 1.5, here I am just running from 1 to 5. Okay, if you want to run from 1 to 10, then it is your choice. Then do something. What do something? Echo attempt $I. What is I? I is each and every value and then done. Okay, so this is how I have created a for loop. and if else condition, and then we have taken some of the inputs. Okay, so this is how the basics of bash scripting is done. So now let's do one small mini project. So what I'll do is I'll just cut it out. Now I am creating a new bash file, that is, let's say test1.sh. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just write quickly the code. You just try to observe each and every code line. So hash, first line, what do we do? Hash exclamatory, then bin, then bash, it is called shebang. So echo, what I'll do, echo enter a domain. Okay, or let's just write id. Okay, I have to write a domain. After that, read domain. Okay, domain is what? The variable name domain. Okay, next what I'll do is echo resolving IP for domain. This domain we are resolving the IP. Okay, now observe here, what I'll do is IP is a variable where I am storing $, and then I'll ping each and every -C1. That domain I will ping that domain, and then I will try to find the ping command and then I'll cut out -d, the space I'll cut out, -F3. These are all commands. Okay, you just have to practice these commands. -tr d, so I'm removing this. So this is the command, and then echo IP $IP. Okay, I'm just printing out that IP. Next what I'll do is I'll echo scanning open ports. For that, top 5 common ports I'm gonna check. For port in 21, 22, 80, 443 and 3306, all these are popular port. Okay, do something. What do something? I'll do echo, these are all commands. Okay, dev TCP, I'm sending TCP in this IP port $port, and what I'll do, echo port is open, or echo port is closed. So basically it is just checking whether it is open or closed. So we have done it, now done. Okay, this we need to do. Let's check it out. test1.sh, bash test1.sh. Now enter a domain. We have to enter a domain. Let me enter 172.20.10. Let me just check it here. This is my metasploit 172.20.10.4. Let's just check it out, this one. Okay, so here check it out. It is checking this particular, resolving this IP address. It has scanned top 5 common ports. So first it is checking port is closed, closed. So basically all port are closed. Okay, here we are checking that it is a small mini project where we are making one file. In this file we are checking, so I'll just cut it. I will open it. Yeah, this is how it works. Okay, so basically all these are commands that you need to remember, syntax that you need to remember. Once you start practicing, you will understand all this terminology. For now you might not be understanding, and or echo, all this you need to practice. Okay, so in this I have just told you the basic for loop, if else condition, how to take input, how to do output, and then some terminologies that you need to remember. Okay, that's it for today's video. I hope you have understood something about bash scripting. You continue learning with bash scripting if you want to be a professional ethical hacker. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe this channel, and thank you for your response. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.